and welcome to Main Street Matters by Heart on Main Street, the podcast that knows consistency is the engine that keeps your marketing alive. I am your host, Patrick Keiser. This is episode 7 of our Duct Tape Marketing series, where we're breaking down John Jantsch's small business marketing system into practical steps for independent retailers. Yes, this is episode 7. We have 6 other episodes covering a wide variety of things. If you're just jumping in now, please go back and listen to those others. Really, this builds upon each other, and the things and ideas that we're taking from those other 6, we're going to be incorporating into the 7th. So certainly welcome to dive in and get right into number 7, but if you could also go back and listen to the other 6, that would be helpful for your own learning. In those other episodes, we have covered the marketing hourglass, defining your ideal customer, crafting your talking logo, building trust with content, creating a digital storefront, and making referrals happen on purpose. Today, we're tackling a challenge I see with nearly every independent retailer I meet, and honestly, myself as well: marketing consistency. So generally, here's the pattern. You get inspired by something, you launch a campaign, you're posting on social media every day for 2 weeks, and then just like that diet where you started eating cauliflower all the time and then you go on vacation and cheat on it for a week, something happens. The chaos of running your store takes over. Marketing falls onto the back burner until maybe it's the next holiday rush, and suddenly you're scrambling to go again. Does that sound familiar? Jantsch puts it clearly: consistency builds momentum. Chaos kills it. The solution is simple but powerful: a marketing calendar. A calendar takes marketing from a reactive approach to a proactive approach, from random to repeatable. In this episode, we'll talk about why consistency matters and how to design a calendar that works for your store. We'll also look at examples of what it looks like in practice and 3 steps that you can take this week to bring it into your own marketing. So it's time to buckle down. I know we're working on a deadline. It's book club time. Why is consistency so important? First, because marketing works like compound interest. A single ad or post might not move the needle at all, but repeated touchpoints over time build familiarity and trust. Customers need multiple exposures before they act. If your marketing is inconsistent, those exposures don't stack, they don't gain interest, they vanish. Second, because consistency makes you look reliable. Imagine a store that posts on social media for 1 week and then completely disappears for 3 months. That feels flaky. Customers wonder if that store is still open. On the other hand, a shop that shows up regularly signals stability. When I'm looking on social media and I look at stores, certainly there's a different feel and presence of someone that's posting every single day to those that post, their last post was in July or maybe even last year. Jantsch writes, trust is built when a prospect experiences consistent behavior. Third, consistency helps you avoid panic. Without a plan, you're always reacting, rushing to post something for Valentine's Day at the last minute, or realizing that it's already too late, that you missed Small Business Saturday. A calendar eliminates that scramble. And finally, consistency helps you measure results. If your marketing is all over the place, you can't tell what worked and what didn't. With a plan, you can track, adjust, and improve. In short, consistency is not boring. Consistency is freedom. So let's clear up a misconception. A marketing calendar isn't something complicated. It's not a corporate thing with color-coded spreadsheets and endless tabs. For an independent retailer, it can be a simple one-page document or a wall calendar in the back office. At its core, a marketing calendar is just 3 things: what you'll promote, when you'll promote it, and where you're going to promote it. It can be holidays, events, product launches, sales, seasonal themes. It can be anything that you can think of. Jantsch suggests using a 90-day rolling calendar. 90 days is long enough to plan, but short enough to act. That means instead of trying to plan out your entire year in January, which just like your New Year's resolution is probably going to fail by the end of March, You plan out the next 90 days. Plan every quarter. You revisit it, and then you can update it at that point. The result is a living document. It's not perfect, it's not set in stone, but it's steady enough to guide your efforts. So let's build out a calendar for your store. We're going to break this into 7 different steps. Step number 1, anchor with seasons and holidays. Start with the big immovable dates. These are things that are always going to be there. They're probably already on the calendar. You just have to build around them. So let's talk about some of the big ones. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, back to school, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas and the holidays, most certainly. These are built-in retail moments, so mark them first. Get your seasons around those and what you're going to plan around that. Step 2, add in local events. So next, layer in your community events, like the farmers market. Maybe that occurs every Saturday. Or street fairs. You know that you're going to have one in the 3rd week of July. Maybe there's a parade going on, or Main Street festivals. These are events that drive traffic, so you're going to be planning promotions around them. And this will be promoted a couple weeks ahead, all the way up until the event. Step 3, then add in your own events afterward. Are you going to do an anniversary sale or something around your store's anniversary? New product launches, when are your products coming in? You're going to want to emphasize those and talk about when you have new lines and new products. Are there in-store workshops that you're doing? Maybe the 2nd Saturday of every month you're having something going on. Do you do a customer appreciation night? So think of one event per quarter that's unique to you, and then you can start building and promoting around that. Step 4, choose some different themes. For each month, pick a theme. Maybe March is fresh start, so you're talking about spring cleaning products. Or June is summer fun, so you're emphasizing outdoor toys and patio decor. October could be fall favorites, cozy clothing, candles, and other things that give that fall flair. Themes give you a focus for content and allows you to dictate your displays and also promotions around those themes. Step 5, map out your channels. For each promotion, decide how you're going to market it. Social media posts, email newsletters, window displays, website updates, in-store signage. This is where the consistency really kicks in. Instead of random posts, you know what you're sharing and when. Step 6, assign responsibilities. Who does what? Even if it's just you, write it down. If you have staff, delegate it out to those people. Clarity prevents tasks from falling through the cracks. You can then follow up and ask, did they do this? Were they able to work on the newsletter? Did they get the social media posts? Did someone do the window display? If you're assigning tasks to those people, again, even if it's yourself, put it down on paper so that you have it there. Then you can make sure that things are getting done. And again, you're going back and being consistent about what you're doing. Step 7 is to review and adjust. This is where you get to be a little bit flexible in this and understand what worked well and what didn't. So at the end of each month, look back and ask yourself, what worked out of this? What didn't work out of this? And then adjust for the next 90 days accordingly. So you're doing this not at the end of the 90-day period, but at the end of each month and planning out the next 90 days after that. Jantsch reminds us a marketing calendar is a system, it's not a guess. So let's look at some real-world examples of calendars in action. In Sterling, Illinois, I was at a gift shop that planned out a quarterly sip and shop night. Each event was on the calendar months ahead of time. They did in coordination, they had email invites, they did Facebook posts, and in-store signage talking about their sip and shops. Customers began to look forward to them, and as anticipation of the sip and shop nights grew, so did their sales every single quarter. In Hannibal, Missouri, I was at a store that tied their calendar to local festivals. Hannibal, Missouri is the birthplace of Mark Twain, so they have a lot of festivals. They have a lot of things around Mark Twain, including their Twain on Main festival, where they feature Mark Twain books, hosted readings, and decorated windows all around a theme. Because it was planned out months ahead, and they knew when this was going to come, everything looked intentional, cohesive. They knew exactly how to market and plan around this event and many of the other events that they have going on throughout the year. And then finally, in Howell, Michigan, I talked to a boutique owner that used a 90-day calendar to map out social media. Each day of the week had a theme around it. Mondays were new arrivals. Wednesdays were staff picks. Fridays were customer spotlights. So instead of scrambling daily, she knew exactly what to post on each and every day. Notice that none of these are complicated. They're simple, they're planned, and they're consistent. So you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but I don't have the time to plan this. Here's the secret. A calendar will save you time. Yes, it takes a couple hours to set up, but then you stop wasting time and wondering, well, what should I be posting today? Or panicking over the last minute promotions that you forgot to be talking about, or really just even letting your promotions and your social media fade away because you're not paying attention to them. Other challenges might be that you're thinking, well, I'm not creative. A solution? Use the themes. Once you have a theme, then ideas will flow around that concept. Another might be, well, things are changing so fast. Well, that's why we use 90-day calendars, and we adjust them at the end of every month. They're flexible. Things can change so fast. You might bring in a whole new line. This allows the flexibility for that. And you might say to yourself, well, I can't do this alone. No one's asking you to do it alone. Involve your staff. They have great ideas. There's probably people on your staff that want to be involved in these things, that want to help your store grow. So let them. Jantsch says the best marketing system is the one that you'll actually use. So don't overcomplicate it. Let's talk about how we can implement this week. So here's 3 steps that I want you to start taking. Print out a 90-day calendar. They're just blank sheets with the next 3 months. It doesn't even have to be the actual months. It can just be 3 pages of a 7x5 blocks that you are then going in and filling out the days. Step 2, mark your holidays and events. So circle what's already happening. Your holidays, your festivals, your anniversaries, get those on the calendar. And then plan one campaign. Pick one event or theme for the month ahead. Write it down, how you'll promote it across your different channels. And that's it. Simple, actionable, and repeatable things that you can do this week to start getting your calendar going. And once you start it, you're going to recognize the ease of this and how it's helping you in the long run, and you will start building out your next several months after that. So that is it for episode 7 of our Duct Tape Marketing series. Today we learned why consistency matters, how to create a simple marketing calendar, and how independent retailers can plan 90 days at a time in order to bring order to the chaos. In the next episode, episode 8, which will be on Thursday, we will explore partner power, growing through collaborations. We will talk about how to team up with other businesses to extend your reach and create win-win promotions. If you found today's episode helpful, please share it with another retailer who struggles with marketing consistency. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, drop us a follow and leave a quick review. It's the podcast equivalent of a referral, and it helps us reach more Main Street businesses to help them grow and help them thrive within their hometowns. You can find a ton of resources and webinars and about all the things that Heart on Main Street does for independent retailers affected by natural disasters through www.heartonmainstreet.org. Until next time, stay safe, shop local, and keep your heart on Main Street. This episode is written, produced, researched, and edited by me, Patrick Keiser, with a very special thanks to the author John Jantsch and his book, Duct Tape Marketing, in stores now. For more information about Heart on Main Street, you can visit www.heartonmainstreet.org, and you can email us at contact@heartonmainstreet.org. Thanks. Bye.